Hello, thanks for joining us. Saturday, the 18th of October 2025, where it's just finished at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 2, Wolves nil. Very disappointing. The 2-0 doesn't tell the story, but the first point I'd like to raise is the starting lineup. People have been crying out for Rodrigo Gomez to start. And no disrespect to Wang, but if he wasn't that injured with a calf injury, we would like to think that the manager would have dropped him. But he's stuck with him so far. But he's dropped it. Well, injury forced him out, and a lot of the fans would be happy because they've been calling out for Rodrigo. So that was a blessing in disguise, wasn't it?
Was yeah. On one of these, as you're well, Courtney, a fan of Rodrigo Gomez. Judging by the commentary this afternoon, he's not played too bad, to be fair. But from what I gather, it just seems as though we've been losing it, and in midfield with Joao Gomez. He's apparently pulled his shot a couple of times quite wide. He seems to be losing his head in quite midfield at the moment. But I just don't understand when why he's only put Strand Larsen up front, and apparently he's not full fitness anyway. And why did
he didn't look it today.
Say again, sorry.
He didn't look it. He didn't look fully fit.
No, he didn't, did he?
Strand Larsen.
No. I've just
Wang was missing, but he played like Wang.
He did, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, we're how many games is it? 8, 9 now, and we're only 2 points. And when the 11 come out today, I thought, okay, we've got a good shot here. Let's be optimistic about it. But again, judging, like the commentary, it's just I could even hear Tomo just say it was just like a draining voice. And normally Tomo's quite, enthusiastic over the radio, and it's just not happening today.
Sunderland promoted team, they're 12 points ahead of us.
Yeah,
after only 8 games. 12 points ahead of us.
12 points. We just. I just don't understand why on earth that again he what's the lad's name he bought on over because he took Doherty on. And
I presume because Doherty's been out for a few weeks. Doherty's been out for a few weeks, so I suppose that we'd be asking him a lot of him for him to just come back and play 90 minutes straight off. So I presume that would have been prearranged. So he'd play for an hour and then come on.
And from what I gather, Krojcik, I can never pronounce his name correctly again. He's not had a very good game today, apparently.
I didn't think he was that bad. I thought he had a very good game, except for the own goal where he scored in injury time. I thought it was only his exceptional pace what got him back to try and make that intervention.
Which it was just unlucky, wasn't it?
I thought he had a good game. I thought he was one of our better players.
Oh no, yeah. So, and do you think there's been a difference with the Agabaga, who not in the side? Do you think there's been much difference at the moment? We're still leaking goals, but do you think there's been much difference in the defence?
I think that with 4 in defence, it's been better because if you've got 5 in defence, then you're lighter in midfield, though, aren't you? So I think that we've played better, and I hope he doesn't abandon it just because we've lost today. And it's interesting because Nottingham Forest lost 3-0 at home today, and 18 minutes after their final whistle, Marinakis sacks Postecoglou, ain't he? So, and they're above us. So, 39 days, 8 games, and they're still above us.
Let's be honest. Forest
is our manager safe, even though he's just signed a new contract?
No, I mean, they're going exactly the same way Wolves are done. They had a fantastic time with Nunes, sorry, and it's again he's gone and sacked him, brought that manager in. He didn't even do good at was it Tottenham? He went to.
No, he won them a trophy. He did win them a trophy. Give him his due in Europe.
And Wolves, they're just like with VP coming in. I think we only won, what was it, 6, 7 games last season under VP. And we're just we're going down there.
We haven't won one. We haven't won one for 6 months because in the running,
Yeah.
We had a losing run. It was only last match of the season when Manetti got that absolutely stomping long range equaliser against Brentford, which stopped the rot then.
Yeah.
So we had a losing stretch then.
Yeah.
Coming into the end of the last season, and now this.
Exactly, but a lot of fans are saying at the moment on the various social media platforms that Fowson out. But Fowson have given us the money. Yeah, we've not exactly got outstanding players brought in, but Fowson have given us the money. So is it down to the manager or is it down to the board at the moment? Because Jeff Shee, didn't he make a comment either last season or the season before? If you want European football, perhaps Wolves are not the club for you. And I'm sure he meant
that was earlier this year.
Early this year.
Season.
You know what I mean?
Towards the end of last season.
Now, for me, if you want to make a club as big as it is and make money like Fowson do, how the hell can you get, a chairman to go and say that? It's just incredible. So for me,
I think not what fans want to hear.
No, of course it's not. Of course it's not. And if you want to run a business, you want to get them in. And apparently now, according to it, somebody who now works at the Wolves has basically said that's one of the reasons why they pay Huang, because he's a big shirt seller overseas. And it can't be just that. It can't be just that. They've got to start bringing the money in somehow, and they're not doing it at the moment because we're not playing. We're bottom of the league. It speaks in itself, doesn't it?
Well, last season we're a better team because we had still had Eight Nori, we still had Cunha, didn't we? So we still had Nelson Semedo and Sarabia, and there was Gonzalo Guedes.
Yeah.
So we were a stronger team than we are now because a lot of these players we bought had no experience in the Premier, though, had they?
No, they haven't. And
like Arias, Tolu, Chatua, Lopez, none of them had kicked a ball in
exactly.
The Premier.
And I just I sort of comment on the other match a couple of weeks ago that it's almost as though we're running around like headless chickens at the moment. We don't know each other's games. And we've got to do something about it. And I don't know, I'll probably go against a lot of fans, pointed, but I don't think Fowson are the problem. I think it's Jeff Shee and the manager. They're just ludicrous at making decisions. I mean, what on earth, what club will give a contract out there to a manager who's not winning games? It's just beyond me. And this is what I think about Notts Forest at the moment. They've got to get rid of Nuno. They brought that manager in, and now they've sacked him after 39 days. It might not be the way to go, but it's surely to God, a business is going to know if it's going to be faltering, and football is now obviously a business with it. Our players are not performing. We've got international players, some of a couple of, as we're aware, Brazilians. But if they'd been real good players, and I'm sure you mentioned this comment before, didn't you? If they were absolutely outstanding players, you'd have top clubs like Liverpool, Manchester United, and Chelsea looking for them, but they're not. Do you know what I mean? So, for us to be right at the bottom and now is an absolute disgrace. And I don't think we can blame Fowson. I think we've got to blame squarely on Jeff Shee and Vitor Pereira. It's just awful.
The team what we got now, they're all international players except for there's like Rodrigo Gomez, Hugo Bueno, Lopez, and they're all international under 21s or whatever. So it's all international team. Sam Johnson is playing for England, so they are underachieving.
Yeah.
But what will Fowson do? What will Fowson? Is the manager? Is his manager? Is his job on the line like Gary O'Neill last season?
It should
but
be.
They were pointing out today that at this stage last season, we only had 1 point, and our first win was about November the 1st when we beat Southampton 2-0.
And it's terrible. It really is bad.
It was Gary O'Neill.
Yeah, I mean now, this just goes to show that it just weren't happening under Gary O'Neill. We bought VP in, and we had a couple of I think it was a couple of draws, a couple of losses, and then all of a sudden we went on that 6-win streak. And it was only just 1-0s, wasn't it? And 2-1s. They weren't massive.
We had the 3-0 against Leicester, but
was it 3-0 against Leicester? And well, look where that was like the worst. They were really bad last. It's just.
Well, Southampton were the worst last season. They were one of the teams.
I just honestly believe now we've. It's never too late, is it? We're just approaching November, so it's never too late. But who would you bring in as a manager?
Well, that is the question. Though, because because before he went to West Ham, Nuno was available, but it was a strange time to give Vitor Pereira the new contract, wasn't it? Was it 4 years as well?
Yeah.
4 years.
You know, I don't get those behind the club at Wolves on why you're doing it. And you know, Fosun are an international company, and yet if it's as though they're rewarding failure, because that's what VP is a failure.
Definitely, and even Jeff Shee, when he was at that interview on YouTube, he said that he felt that we had a good transfer window. The thing is, like, we didn't finish completing our squad until very late in the transfer window when the season had already started. You want your new signings to be in place before the start of the season so that they're blended, so that they're playing as a team before your first league match. So, you know, the likes of Tolu and some of the others were signed after the season started, weren't they? So,
but we did.
From that,
and absolutely. But even in the pre-season, with the players that we'd got, you could see that VP was trying to make excuses. We didn't. We had a really poor pre-season, and unfortunately, it's now gone into the season. We're quite a bump.
Yeah, well, the signs were there. How we were performing
exactly the way the signs were there.
We were performing exactly the same, aren't we?
Yeah, and now and yet last season we had a pretty good pre-season under Garrett, and then we had an absolute awful start, and that's when he got dismissed out of it. And now all of a sudden,
but then we were playing the likes of Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea earlier in the season, didn't we? Last season,
but we haven't had that this season. But we're
Villa,
still, you know, and what we're 8-9 games in now. I can't remember. 8 games in, and we're 1 point better off.
Lost 6. Yeah, but as I said, last season it was a tougher start, and we had a better squad. But today, it was possession wise. The first half it was 53% to them to 47%, and the first goal, it was disappointing because their player he was allowed to do the 1-2 a bit too easy. Makuele, something like that. It's just too easy, and then it between the keeper's legs. And even before that, after 8 minutes, they had one disallowed because we played a high line, caught them offside. But before, I mean, even that, Santiago Bueno allowed their striker too much space. And he put it away. But
I know what was mentioned on the commentary.
It wasn't good enough. It was just VAR saved us then.
Exactly. One thing that Tomo mentioned on the commentary was that he thought before he reckons it was better for Joe Gomez to go off because it looked like he was going to lose his head.
He didn't have his best game today.
He didn't have his best game today, and that's why for me it's. I mean, I listen to Tomo quite often with Mikey Burrows, as you're aware, and even you could tell in his tone, it weren't clicking today. And I think that just summed up when we had that own goal right at the end. That's summed it up now. You can't compensate for that. It just happens. But what we can compensate,
we were pressing for the equaliser. We got caught on the break. But in the second half, Sunderland parked the bus. But 1-0 at home against a team that you might be in relegation contention with, but it doesn't look like they're going to be. And they'll well ahead of us, 12 points already. But they parked the bus. You can hardly blame them. They held on to what they got. We weren't good enough to break them down. Munetsi had a shot, and then when Chachua came on, he was through, but he fluffed it. He looked like a defender. Not an attack. He had no conviction.
So looking forward, then, this weekend it's Burnley, isn't it?
Next Sunday.
And then we've got the Carabao Cup in the next week.
Chelsea on the 29th. Let's have a look where Burnley are 5 points ahead of us. Our goal difference is -11. West Ham and Forest are -5. But today I said we had a great incentive to win because if we did, we would have leapfrogged West Ham and Nottingham Forest. So it was a great incentive that didn't need a team talk looking at the table, but
Yeah.
But we could be playing till midnight. It was one of them games we just didn't look like scoring.
You know
Don't
what?
you agree?
Yeah, I
we
do.
could be
Yeah,
playing. We could be
100%.
playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just never looked like scoring.
Yeah. You know,
Which
and that's
is very. Because
it's
it's not like we're playing Man City or Arsenal or Tottenham or
nah,
Chelsea. We're playing Sunderland, who just
yeah,
got promoted.
yeah.
You know, no disrespect to them.
And apparently they weren't great anyway, and you know, like they weren't sort of, you know, like yeah, playing like, you know, their lives depending on it. It was
Yeah, well, overall, we had 59% possession to 41, 16 shots to 8, doubled, you know, them. 3 shots on target, they had
3.
2. 465 passes, they had 340. Pass
Yeah.
accuracy, 84%, they had 72. We committed more fouls. There were no yellow cards or red cards, 2 offsides each, 2 corners each. And those are the stats.
So reading them
The
stats,
stats
then
don't matter.
it was a pretty equal
Yeah.
game then.
Yeah, well, possession-wise, we had most, but again, the second half, as I just said, they sat back and just kept what they got.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we didn't have that cutting edge to break them down. Even though Manetti had a good shot and said, the Chachua was through, but he didn't finish it.
So on to the
But
next
it's
couple.
looking very concerning.
It is looking very concerning. However, on to the next couple. As we know, we got Burnley and then Chelsea in the Carabao Cup coming up. There's a lot good. I might be able to join you on that one.
We can't afford to lose against Burnley. We've got to get something from that, even though it's only still October.
Perhaps.
But Burnley, they'll be well up for it, won't they?
They will be well up for it.
Against us, but Brighton did last match.
Yeah.
But we could have.
I can't see VP being sacked before the Burnley game. However, Burnley, that might be the one where Jeff Shee decides to dismiss. If we lose against Burnley, that really is the absolute ultimate.
The owner was there when we played against Brighton.
Yeah. I mean, that was quite hilarious when the owner actually rolled his. There was a young lady sat next to him, and even she rolled her eyes. It was quite hilarious.
Yeah. Here's one for you. Who was your Wolves man of the match today?
That's a tough one. I would say, based on commentary, Hugo Bueno.
I thought he had a good game. Don't laugh. He scored an own goal, but I thought Crouchy was Wolves' best player.
Yeah. You know what? I was tempted to say him, but very
good game. Composed on the ball.
Yeah.
I
was tempted to say him. It was only what bloody Tom. I said the second half about it. So like when he scored the goal, he went far behind.
We've got to wrap this one up, but
no worries, mate. No worries at all. It's sorry I've missed your last couple, mate. Due to circumstances, but back with you, enjoying it as ever. And let's see what happens this Saturday, Sunday.
Up the Wolves.
Up the Wolves.
Thanks for joining us.